Hey guys, I'm back home from my vacation up in the mountains, and I thought I would try a new recipe that I've never done before. Since I've moved, a lot of things have changed in my lifestyle. I'm learning to use my things. I'm learning to not save the fine china, not save the fine silver. At 53 years old, I'm realizing that life keeps going, and you guys, it's use the fine china. Look what I found unpacking. A beautiful clay pot. This is something that I've been dying to try. You don't have to use a clay pot, but this is going to be a clay pot chicken recipe. You can also use a big stock pot or anything that can go into the oven up to 500 degrees. The way the clay pot works is that it cooks and steams at the same time. So the first thing that you do is you submerge your clay pot under water for at least 15-20 minutes and get it soaking and wet. I'm starting off with a whole chicken. It's 4.85 pounds. And honestly, for $8.20, it's a very inexpensive way to meal prep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse the chicken and I'm going to pat it dry. And then I'm going to put the chicken in here so that I can season it up and get it ready to go into the clay pot. And I also loosen the skin under the breast with my hands because I'm going to be stuffing it with deliciousness. Now, the big thing when you're cooking out of a clay pot is that you don't preheat the oven. We're going to be cooking the chicken for a good hour, hour and a half in a 425 oven, but the beginning of that time is the oven heating up while the chicken is in there. So I'm going to spray the bottom with olive oil and then get my veggies in there. So I'm going to be starting off with some red potatoes, so I'm just going to rinse these up and cut them in half and put them at the bottom of the pan. Now I'm going to cut up a yellow onion and I'm going to throw it in with the chopped up potatoes. I'm just going to cut the baby carrots in half so they're in more bite-sized pieces. So now we have a nice bed of carrots, little red potatoes and onions, and this is going to be the base for the chicken. It's going to go under and around the sides of the chicken. Now it's time to make our chicken delicious. And what I'm going to decorate the chicken with today is I'm going to use Crazy Jane's minced garlic and oil. First I'm going to rub them down with some olive oil. I've got some Spanish smoked paprika that I brought back when we went to Barcelona. And some parsley from my little herb garden. You can decorate your chicken any way you want. My husband loves paprika on his chicken. I'm also going to be stuffing underneath the skin of the breast for extra flavor. Now, whether you use your hands or gloves, you really want to get in there and really oil and season the chicken in every nook and cranny. This is worth it. It's going to make it taste so delicious. Now, before I put our chicken in its delicious bed, I'm going to season up our vegetables with some Crazy Jane's, some garlic, and some oil as well to layer the flavors. Now I'm going to take our chicken and put it on top. Now I'm just going to chop up the parsley and sprinkle it on top. Doesn't it look delicious? It couldn't be easier. All you do is cover it up. You stick it in a 425 oven for an hour to an hour and a half. After an hour, check it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it out. You're going to crank the oven up to 500 and put it in without the top on for the last 15 minutes to get it nice and browned on top. And I will show you that as we go along. Just going to top it with a little oil. Okay, away we go. I have my soaked lid. We've got our little chicken in his little tub, and now I'm going to stick him in the oven. Okay, now he's in the oven. We're going to now put it on 425. And I'm going to set my timer for an hour and come back and check on them. Okay guys, it's time for the 1 hour check. Looking good. We're going to take its temperature and then see if it's ready to be browned. Okay, so the temperature is 163 and we need to get it up to 170. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in with the cover on, still at the 425 for another 20 minutes, and then check it again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it out. You're going to crank the oven up to 500 and put it in without the top on for the last 15 minutes to get it nice and browned on top. Okay, so now we've had the chicken in the oven at 500 degrees with no top, and it should be done. Let's pull it out and take a look. It's delicious. Moist, browned, full of veggies. Nice healthy dinner.